Hey you guys, I know this is not the most ideal setting to make a video in, but I did want to update as to what is going on because I have not updated on YouTube for quite a while. Hang on, I'm just gonna try to adjust. Okay, yeah, I am laying in bed. I'm on super strict bed rest, and I'm just gonna kind of explain what has happened to me over the past 24 hours in hopes that other people will share their stories if they have any similar stories. Andy, don't do that. Sorry, my cat is knocking stuff over. So I'm gonna try to make this under 10 minutes. Now because I haven't updated in so long, most of you won't know a lot of this stuff. You'll be hearing it for the first time. So I have been bleeding on and off throughout this pregnancy. Some days I have no bleeding, some days I have a little bit, some days I have a lot. But last night was the worst so far. I had extremely heavy bleeding. I wiped and I thought that I had tissue on the toilet paper. I couldn't be certain if it was a blood clot or tissue. I had contraction-like cramping, really bad back pain. And I have been checked a few times for this bleeding. And every time I go get checked, they do an ultrasound and they show me that the baby is fine. I've had previous ultrasounds around 6 weeks and something that showed a heart rate of 131. I had another ultrasound at 8 weeks and 1 or 2 days, and it showed a heart rate of 171. So everything has been positive in this pregnancy except for this bleeding. Just this past Saturday, I had to go to the hospital because I was severely dehydrated. I got that gastrointestinal virus, or it's also known as the Norwalk virus. And if you don't know what that is, it's when you have vomiting and diarrhea at the same time. It can be really dangerous to pregnant women because you get dehydrated. Anyways, I was worried about the baby and what effect this would have on the pregnancy, so I went up to get IV fluids to attempt to get rehydrated. That didn't go very well. They tried over 7 times to get an IV in. They also tested my beta, which was 102,000. So last night we went up to the hospital because of all this bleeding and what appeared to be tissue and cramping and all that jazz. They tried to bring out this shoddy old ultrasound machine. I had no fluid in my bladder at this point, and the doctor couldn't get a clear picture of anything. They did an internal exam which showed my cervix was closed, and they tried with the Doppler to hear the heartbeat, but I am a bigger girl, and because I had an empty bladder, my uterus wasn't pushed forward, so they didn't hear the heartbeat, which that's okay. You don't always hear the heartbeat at this stage in the game. So he did my blood work, and it showed it was 96,000. Nobody wants to hear that their beta dropped, but the words that came out of his mouth was, "I'm sorry you're having a miscarriage." My world fell apart last night. I couldn't even get the strength to call my parents and tell them what was going on. My husband had to do it. I updated on Facebook, and I just couldn't believe that I was making that update. Like, it was really unexpected because of the positive ultrasounds that we've had. I had seen this doctor twice in the past for the bleeding, and he has reassured me both times that everything is okay. So it was quite a shock. I went home bawling and crying. I was expecting to be losing my child. I didn't want to go through that again. I just went through it in July. This morning I saw my family doctor and we were discussing having a D&C because I wanted the baby tested. I wanted to know why this happened. So he told me that he was going to send me for an ultrasound, like the ER doctor said, to confirm his diagnosis, and that they would try to fit me in for a D&C later today. So I brought comfortable clothes with me so I'd have something more comfortable to wear out of the hospital. I went into the ultrasound preparing to hear that I'm sorry, there's no longer a heartbeat, or this is no longer a viable pregnancy. You know, I was expecting the worst because my beta numbers had dropped. Instead, I heard, your baby has a heart rate of 167 beats per minute. Totally not prepared to hear that. And 167 beats per minute for however you want to look at it, 9 weeks and 6 days, or 9 weeks and 2 days, depending on you, if you go by my ultrasound scan or my last menstrual period. That's a great heartbeat. So I had my beta done again today, and my family doctor's office called and told me it had dropped to 95,000. But because I am almost 10 weeks along, my beta at this point in my pregnancy has started to decline, which is completely normal. That means the placenta is starting to take over, the corpus luteum is no longer necessary. I have been advised to start taking the progesterone just in case, because I do have the bleeding still. It's not nearly as heavy as it was. So I am on 200 milligrams of progesterone every 12 hours and strict bed rest. So yeah, that ER doctor should have told me we need more tests to confirm a diagnosis, but instead he told me I'm having a miscarriage, which the ultrasound results show my baby is happy and healthy and perfectly fine, and my family doctor's office confirmed my beta is declining because I am almost in my second trimester and it's totally normal. So the past 24 hours, my family and I have been put through hell on earth, and I have read stories online about other cases of this happening to other women, and I'm so grateful that I'm not losing my baby. My baby is fine, but misdiagnosed miscarriage. Really nice. It's December 20th. It's 5 days till Christmas. Like, the worst time to have a miscarriage. It's never a good time to have a miscarriage, but having a miscarriage over the Christmas holiday season, are you kidding me? So I just want to hear if this has happened to anybody else, or you could just continue to pray for me and my baby. I would appreciate that. I appreciate all the love and support you guys give me anyway, and I'm so sorry for not updating. I actually did record an update yesterday, and I was going to post it today, but after all of this, I just couldn't. So I'll have to re-record, and we'll just give it till the new year, though, and see what happens then. But I'm going to stop this now and record this so you guys can see what's going on, and maybe we can exchange stories, or you guys can just keep praying for us, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye.